Good morning. Today I'm going to try to do a short video, a bit of a review of the results of some work we had done about a year ago. We hired Grand Project Contracting from Milton to come out and finish our basement. We've lived in our house for about 20 years. We've raised 5 kids here, and actually we'd never had our basement finished. So they started from scratch, ripped out the old builder insulation and did everything up completely. So I'm going to take you for a little tour. It's been about a year. We should have done a review post-work, but actually I think now that we've been here a year and we've been able to put some finishing touches in and the space is livable, I think this will give you a good idea of the quality of work that Martin and his team at Grand Project Contracting are capable of. I'm going to start the tour upstairs. I think it's important to start at the top, and we made the decision to go with a different door with some glass, some windows, so that it opened things up a little bit. We're glad we did. Put together a nice little landing for us, fixture that we had purchased, they had installed. If you go to their website, you'll notice a lot of their projects have very similar finishes. You know, you figure out how to do something well, you just keep doing it, and that's clearly what they've done. So we wanted our basement to be pretty functional. We are a big family, not a bad size house, but we definitely wanted to have good functional space down here. So you'll notice our rooms are maybe a little bit small, but there's a lot of features. The first room we have here is essentially it's a 5th bedroom. We don't use this very often. It's an overflow room. It's been used several times in the last year when we can't fit everyone upstairs. Pretty basic room. One of the highlights of the work that Martin and his team do that I love are these windows. You can see the light coming in. They actually put these angles both on the ceiling and on the wall itself that really open it up. And these windows are tiny. I'm not sure you can get any smaller windows in a house, but as you can see, a fair bit of light comes in here. I'll just turn off the light so you can see. Still a fair bit of light coming in here. Window coverings is something that we still have not done down here. And behind this door over here is our fuse box. That's much nicer than having, you know, a little hole in the wall with a door, more cupboard space, which has been great for us. We have a 3-piece bathroom. It's a small room, but very, very functional. Full vanity, full shower, which actually has had a fair bit of use. We did some work in one of our kids' bathrooms. It took me a few months to finish it, so this shower has been used a fair bit. One of the things I like about Martin and his work is he kind of allowed things to happen on the fly, and one of the things we did is we bought our own fixtures for the bathroom here. We bought large toilet to match the rest of our toilets in the house. So on the fly he had to kind of adjust this room and set it back about another 8 or 10 inches into our storage areas. It worked out quite well. So down this hallway, we have actually a large storage area back here. It's very large. In fact, I would say almost a third of our basement is storage still. We needed that room. One of our favorite things that we did, and Martin allowed us to kind of influence as things went, is we wanted to figure out how to make use of the space under the stairs. And we saw a few people do some creative things. We were trying to save some money. I was a little worried when we took this approach, but in hindsight I think it was great. We bought some cabinets from IKEA. I think there's 4 of these. This is the first one. This was cheap. I don't know, I think this was like 80 bucks or something, maybe even less. This is underneath our stairs. This is actually turned into our family game storage. So this is our bar area. Now Martin and his team installed all the plumbing, basically the rough-ins for plumbing for this bar. I actually installed this myself as soon as they were finished. I think the day after they left I went down to IKEA. You'll notice a lot of stuff in our basements from IKEA, and ordered this stuff up and installed it myself. Actually not that difficult of a job. This is our seating area. The fireplace. We bought that from Costco. Great purchase and great job installing that. Martin and his team. Keeps the whole basement nice and warm on those cold days. Again, you can see a window that needs to be covered. Another window over there. This is another example of where sort of on the fly Martin allowed us to influence things. This is just a built-in cabinet. Again, another thing bought from IKEA, and this allows us to put all of our audio equipment, our Cogeco TiVo box, DVD player, the kids' Nintendo, Xbox, that sort of thing. And what's great about it is it backs into the storage area. So if I open the door in the storage area, which I'm not going to because it's a disaster, you'll see that it's all open for wiring. So as things change, as gaming consoles come and go, it's very easy and accessible to just pull one out and put a new one in. Another thing that they did for me on the fly, which I appreciated, is we had an older Bose surround sound system, not the wireless ones, but the old one with the wires. So we had them feed all the wires through so that we could do put the speakers in on our own after the fact. So we managed to have a pretty large seating area. And with this area here, we wanted this multifunctional. So, as things change and evolve, we wanted some flexibility. So we've got we got the bar in there, the wet bar with a fridge. But then we went with a table so that we could move it around. When we have game nights, we just move it out here into the center of the room and we play there. We did some other after projects, this little barn board wall, whatever you want to call it. I think every house nowadays has to have at least one wall with boards on it. So that's our board wall. Worked out well for having a dartboard. This room here, just open up these doors. This is our exercise room. And this, again, it's phenomenal how functional this room ended up being. When we first saw it sort of coming together, I was concerned it was going to be very, very small. But again, we managed to do some pretty good things to make use of the space, and it worked out quite well. So here's the other side. On the other side of the hallway is the cupboard with all of the games, the board games. This is an exercise room, so we have well, it's a mess in there right now, a lot of DVDs and stuff. There's audio equipment, there's actually Nintendo Wii in there, as well as DVD player that my wife uses. Another TV mounted on the wall, and these guys did a great job building channels into the wall where all the electrical and all the wiring could go. So we have that in this room, so it's nice and clean and tucked away. And we also have that back out here with the big TV. They did the same thing, and again, those wire channels go all the way through into our storage area, so everything's exposed. So if I need to make some changes, I can do that there. So this room is great, gets a lot of use. Oh, one other thing, this was one of the last minute things we did. I'd come down every couple of nights after they would leave for the day and take a look at progress, and this was one of the last things that we asked them to do. Actually, coming down this wall here is one of the large pipes for the, I guess the drainage from our upstairs, and they were, just going to drywall right to the wall. And I did some measurements. I went online again to the IKEA site, and I found this unit here that managed to just fit in there nicely. So, again, a great example of how you can, work the small spaces and create some extra room. And again, these things were low cost for us. We didn't have to build out any custom cabinets or anything. And Martin and his folks did just a phenomenal job building this stuff in, finishing it. At the bottom, along with the baseboards, it's just couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. So this room right now is a workout room. Who knows, 10 years, what it's going to be. We've actually used this when we've had large groups to the house. We've got a blow-up queen-size bed that goes in here. And then, we can sleep a good 6 or 7 people down here quite comfortably, if folks don't mind using the couch. What else can I say? We use this space every day. I would say 7 days a week someone's down here. Either our teenage kids, our daughter, my wife and I come down here a fair bit. I watch a lot of sports down here. Use this space as kind of my hobby space for playing bass and guitar. We play darts down here. This has proven to be the best investment that we've ever made. Without question, hiring Grand Project Contracting was the best decision that we made. We did get traditional 3 quotes. Martin was not the cheapest, I'll be honest. I think Martin was probably the most expensive of the 3 we looked at. But he seemed like a very honest, honorable individual, and we didn't go wrong. I want to show you a problem. One little issue that surfaced. I don't want to highlight problems, but there's a good reason why I'm doing this. There's a nail pop on the wall here. I think that's what you call them. For those of you who are used to new construction or have had your rooms finished in the past, you'll know after a year or so, pretty typical to have something like a nail pop on the wall. The reason why I'm showing you this is the biggest problem that we've had 12 months later. Their work is impeccable. It is phenomenal. They do a great job. They are pleasant to have in the house. We have 2 large dogs and a cat who very quickly became accustomed to them coming to the house every morning. They were very routine, very clean, very polite, just great people. Martin's a good guy. He's a family man who runs a good small business. And the reason why I'm doing this video is I hope that helps him get more business, and I hope he keeps growing. And we're going to have him back soon to do some work in our house. Thank you very much. Have a great day.